Hi friends! When we left off with Charlotte's Web in chapter 1, do you remember what happened? Avery had just come into the house. So Fern's big brother, whose name is Avery, he's kind of an interesting character. Listen to what happens next. Remember, Fern had just gotten delivered Wilbur. Dad said that she could take care of the runt of the litter. She's like, oh, he's so cute. I'm so happy to have him. I'm going to feed him with a baby bottle. I'm going to take good care of him. And this is what we heard from Avery. What's that? He demanded. What's Fern got? She's got a guest for breakfast, said Mrs. Arable. Wash your hands and face, Avery. Let's see it, said Avery, setting his gun down. You call that miserable thing a pig? That's a fine specimen of a pig. It's no bigger than a white rat. Wash up and eat your breakfast, Avery, said his mother. The school bus will be along in half an hour. Can I have a pig too, Pop? Asked Avery. No, I only distribute pigs to early risers, said Mr. Arable. Fern was up at daylight, trying to rid the world of injustice. As a result, she now has a pig. A small one to be sure, but nevertheless a pig. It just shows what can happen if a person gets out of bed promptly. Let's eat. But Fern couldn't eat until her pig had had a drink of milk. Mrs. Arable found a baby's nursing bottle and a rubber nipple. She poured warm milk into the bottle, fitted the nipple over the top, and handed it to Fern. Give him his breakfast, she said. A minute later, Fern was seated on the floor in the corner of the kitchen with her infant between her knees, teaching it to suck from the bottle. The pig, although tiny, had a good appetite and caught on quickly. The bus honked from the road. Run, said Mrs. Arable, taking the pig from Fern and slipping a donut into her hand. Avery grabbed his gun and another donut. I don't think he should take that to school, do you? The children ran out to the road and climbed into the bus. Fern took no notice of the others on the bus. She sat and stared out the window, thinking what a blissful world it was and how lucky she was to have entire charge of a pig. By the time the bus reached school, Fern had named her pet, selecting the most beautiful name that she could think of. Its name is Wilbur, she whispered to herself. She was still thinking about the pig when the teacher said, Fern, what is the capital of Pennsylvania? Wilbur, replied Fern dreamily. The other students giggled and Fern just blushed. Avery, on the other hand, was a very interesting brother. And as he got on the bus, of course the bus driver said, You're not bringing this to school, and had a quick little meeting with Avery's mother. And he needed to leave that at home. So that takes us to the end of chapter 1. The next chapter 2 that we'll read is called Wilbur. So Wilbur is this little pig that Fern is going to raise, and her father says she's ridding the world of injustice. Because after all, Fern said, if I was small, would you have done away with me? And the father said, no, a person is different than a pig. But I'm wondering how you think about that. Usually, there is a runt of a litter, whether it's a pig or a puppy or anything else. How would you feel if you were the runt of a litter? Well, I hate to say this, but Mrs. Rose is the youngest of 5, and I bet my brothers and sister might have called me the runt, being the youngest. But think about how you would treat the littlest one in a group. How would you treat Wilbur? We'll find out some more next time, so please join me when we continue to read Charlotte's Web. Wishing everyone a good night, and I'll see you soon.